For years, Canada's music scene has been known for its moody R&B, icy trap beats, and emotional melodies. Toronto gave the world The Weeknd, Drake, and Part artists who turned introspection into a sound. But over time, something new began to sneak into that sonic DNA: warmth, rhythm, and soul straight out of Africa. That something was Afrobeats. What we're seeing today is more than just a crossover. It's a transformation. Afrobeats has influenced the Canadian sound in ways that are subtle, powerful, and permanent. And behind that shift are the artists, the icons, who brought that energy from Lagos, Accra, and Port Harcourt all the way to Toronto. It started with the global rise of artists like Wizkid, Davido, and Burna Boy. Their success didn't just put African music on the map. It changed what people in cities like Toronto wanted to listen to, vibe to, and even create. Suddenly, producers who used to make trap beats were adding African percussion. Singers were experimenting with Yoruba melodies. DJs were blending Afrobeats with Canadian R&B. That's how cultural influence works. It spreads quietly, then suddenly, it's everywhere. Wizkid was one of the first to bridge that gap. His collaborations with Drake and Skepta introduced millions of Western listeners to the Afrobeats groove, that mix of rhythm and melody that just makes you move without trying. One Dance wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural bridge. It opened doors for African artists in Canada to dream bigger, to see their sound as global. Then came Davido, full of energy, charisma, and confidence. His music taught the world that Afrobeats could be celebratory and emotional at the same time. Songs like Fall and If became massive even here in Canada, and they influenced a new wave of artists, especially in Toronto, who started blending African lyricism with local slang and flows. Burna Boy brought something different: depth. His music carried messages, pride, and rebellion. That balance between being conscious and being cool resonated deeply with the African diaspora in Canada. He showed that you could make Afrobeats sound international without losing your roots. And that confidence sparked something in Canadian-born Afro artists. They began creating songs that sounded like home and the diaspora at the same time. Then came a new wave: Tim's, Rema, Asaki, Irostar, Fireboy DML. Each of them added something new to the sound: soul, energy, spirituality, or flair. Their global success turned Afrobeats into a lifestyle, not just a genre. And Toronto, with its huge African and Caribbean population, embraced it faster than almost any other city outside Africa. But it wasn't just African stars shaping the sound. Canadian artists started adapting, too. You can hear Afrobeats textures in songs by artists like Nonso Amadi, Toby, and even Drake's later work. The drums got softer, the rhythms more syncopated, the melodies smoother. Canada's cold R&B started to sound warmer, like it just came off a Lagos rooftop. That's the quiet power of Afrobeats. It doesn't force its way in. It slides in with rhythm and emotion until it becomes part of everything around it. Local Toronto artists began fusing Afrobeats with other sounds: amapiano, dancehall, and even Afro R&B. People like AJ Styles started representing that blend in real time. His songs, like Arent and Toronto to Soweto, represent that exact mix: African heart, Canadian polish. Teen, with her soft vocals and feminine energy, brought the same spirit from another angle. Together, they're proof that the influence of Afrobeats has gone beyond parties. It's shaping what Canadian music sounds like at its core. Even the city's DJs and producers have caught the wave. DJ Magic Flows, DJ Havel, DJ Damager. They've all played major roles in introducing Afrobeats rhythms to new audiences. Every set they play is a bridge between cultures. Every mix blends Toronto's cool with Africa's fire. And because of that, Toronto's music scene feels more global than ever. Artists from all backgrounds are tapping into Afrobeats elements, from Afro drums and chants to call and response hooks and melodic cadences. Even in genres like pop and hip-hop, You can hear that Afrobeats touch, that bounce that makes everything more alive. The influence doesn't just stop in the clubs or on the charts, it's in the culture. It's in how people dance, how they dress, how they celebrate. Afrobeats changed the mood of the city, made it more expressive, more connected, more joyful. The rise of African immigration and the growth of the diaspora in Canada played a huge part in this too. Artists no longer have to choose between being African and being Canadian. They can be both, proudly. That dual identity is what's defining the new Canadian sound. And what's truly amazing is how this movement feels unstoppable. With every Afrobeats concert, every DJ set, every university event, the influence deepens. The sound that started in West Africa now lives comfortably in the heart of Toronto. You can hear it in the bass lines, in the drums, in the melodies, even in how Canadian artists approach songwriting now. It's richer, it's more rhythmic, it's more alive. The artists who started this, from Wizkid to Burna, from Davido to Thames, didn't just inspire Africans. They inspired Canadians, too. They reminded us that great music isn't about borders. It's about feeling. And today, because of that influence, Toronto's music scene is more colorful than ever. The city has found its rhythm, a rhythm that beats with African pride and Canadian creativity. So when people talk about the future of Canadian sound, they're not just talking about trap or R&B anymore. They're talking about Afrobeats, the heartbeat that's pulsing underneath everything. And the artists who brought that rhythm here, they'll always be remembered as the ones who changed the sound of a generation. If you're vibing with that, make sure you subscribe, drop a comment, and let me know which Afrobeats artist you think has influenced Canada's sound the most. Because this conversation, this culture, it's still growing. And trust me, Toronto's just getting started.